Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with the legendary Tom Hopkins. Welcome, Tom.
Well, thank you, Gerhard. What an exciting opportunity to visit with you after all these years that we've been in touch and all the fun we've had in sharing ideas and so forth. So really nice to be on your program.
The first question I have is, what is the secret to your consistent success over 40 years? It's amazing.
Gosh, it's so fabulous to be doing this all these years, doing something I love. I have a tremendous passion for teaching, for helping people have a better life. And I think some of the secrets I found is, first of all, surround yourself with the most quality individuals you can. And that's been my good fortune. Number two, delegate authority to others to do that which you don't do well. And then, of course, fall in love with what you do, where it's not work, it's an absolute joy every day to get up and do what I do, which is once a week, get on a plane, fly somewhere in the world, and get on a stage and teach people the wonderful art of selling.
So you went into the training business from the real estate business, isn't that correct?
Everything came together my last year in real estate, Gerhard, and I closed 365 home sales in 1 year, averaging one a day. And when they heard that, all the other real estate companies said, you got to come and teach us, because if you can close that many sales, what do you do? How do you do it? And so that was kind of the launching pad for my teaching.
There's another interesting facet about what you're teaching, because I know your books and I know you're teaching selling skills. You're teaching people how to create a positive attitude, but also create a balance in their lives. So what advice do you have for sales leaders and salespeople out there that want to restore a certain sense of balance in their lives?
You have to have a time and effort period of almost fanatic effort to build your business. And an example in my life, when I got into real estate after I started doing a little bit good, I spent 3 years with only 1 day off a year, which was Christmas Day. But because of that, the momentum built and the referrals started coming in, and I could really slow down and still make the same income. I became an avid student of the profession of selling. And that's something that many people in sales don't want to do. They'd rather just kind of be themselves, wing it, say whatever they feel like saying. They don't really focus on the right strategy or techniques. And all of my life, I've made it like a science to teach people what to say, how to handle a telephone properly. But many people don't realize that the real key and success part of selling is the art of closing the sale. So we've really focused on that.
You also teach people how to deliver an elevator pitch in a very short period of time. What are some of the principles that you can share?
First of all, in my seminar, I ask all the attendees to take a moment or two and write down in 60 words or less what they do, what their product is. And that way they have to get it into a 60-word presentation. That's what I call the elevator presentation. You can't keep talking. You've got to be a master asker, which is a master of asking the right questions.
The selling is definitely an art and a science, and you have also studied the science of closing a sale. What is the single best closing strategy that you can share with salespeople that are listening to us today?
There's a couple that folks can really have fun with. One they could take right now from our presentation and they could start using, and it's called a tie down. Now, the tie down question is a question at the end of a sentence that demands a yes. In other words, you put a little question on the end of a sentence, kind of like that was one, wasn't it? We did it again, didn't we? You could do this, couldn't you? See, taking, Gerhard, isn't it, doesn't it, wasn't it, couldn't it, wouldn't it, shouldn't it, can't you, won't you, haven't you, hasn't he, hasn't she, and putting it on the end of a sentence with a little nod builds yes momentum, and the minor yeses, the momentum will carry. The major yes which is when they say yes and give you the check for the product.
So you're doing something else really well, which is that you're taking care of your own mind and you use positive affirmations. Are you still using that today?
I believe that attitude is everything. I also believe that handling rejection and failure and having techniques to relieve the stress and anxiety that being told no does to a person is so critical. And oh yeah, I still am teaching the affirmations. Primarily if you do fail, you release the failure by saying attitudes towards failure, make it a learning experience, so that the anxiety doesn't cause you to want to quit.
Well, Tom, I want to thank you for your time. And tomorrow we are going to continue our conversation with Tom Hopkins, where we talk about his wonderful new book, which is called When Buyers Say No.